morning, I guess we're into afternoon now, with a special recognition. At this time, I would like to invite Nancy Prescott to come up.
So I'm going to ask just if you can hang tight just for a couple more minutes. I appreciate it. We couldn't let this day go by without taking a few minutes to recognize Nancy. Nancy was one of the first people that I met when I came to Connecticut, not even having been appointed as bureau chief, but she actually sat on my interview committee. And I was really impressed with her, and then she made it a point to meet me very soon after I started, and made sure I felt very, very welcomed here in Connecticut, and is one of the reasons why I felt very comfortable and knew that I had a friend in my passion for parents and parent engagement. We've had lots of conversations around our passion around children with disabilities, and I have grown to understand that Connecticut has been very, very lucky to have someone of her caliber to represent the students and families of students with disabilities in Connecticut. It is my privilege and my honor to recognize Nancy. I imagine that folks know that she has announced her retirement from CPAC. I was so disappointed to learn that, because I was looking forward to a long relationship with her as the new bureau chief, but I wish her the best of luck, and I'd like you to come on up. Because what I'd like to do is present to you governor's recognition on behalf of the state of Connecticut. I, Daniel P. Malloy, Governor, take pride and great pleasure in honoring and recognizing Nancy Prescott on the occasion of your retirement as Director of CPAC. This recognition is a testament to your demonstrated commitment to the families of children with disabilities and the significant impact your work has made on the lives of many. Your 30 years of leadership have been a tremendous asset to the Connecticut Parent Advocacy Center. Your advocacy for the parents of children with disabilities in the state of Connecticut is laudable and has touched the lives of countless individuals. Your support and guidance will be missed. I applaud your many accomplishments and wish you a happy and healthy retirement. Therefore, I, Daniel P. Malloy, Governor of the state of Connecticut, do hereby officially convey honor and recognition upon Nancy Prescott in the state of Connecticut.
Thank you. I just have a couple of words. This is pretty overwhelming for me, I have to say. I knew that it was supposed to happen, not the proclamation or anything else. Mike called and said, would you like to make a few comments? And I said, when have I ever not wanted to make a few comments? So I typed up 4 pages. I'm going to spare you. It's lunchtime. So I was trying to think, how can I condense 4 pages into 3 sentences? And this is what, for those of you who know the work that CPAC does, I think what I have to say will not surprise you. So I guess I unfortunately will leave you with this. In 2 weeks, I'm not gone yet. And that is always a reminder that the work of family engagement that we do here in this room is very unique in that it pertains to families who have children with disabilities. And being a parent, coming into this work 32 years ago, I was a special educator. I wasn't a parent of a child with a disability, but soon after that, I gave birth to a child with special needs, and our needs are a little different. So the things that we heard this morning, the wonderful ways that schools are encouraging families to work with them as partners, engagers, decision makers, whatever, is a little different. And I'm sure that there is not one of you sitting here like me standing here that knows that that work is very, very hard sometimes. It's hard sometimes even when you don't have a child with a disability to make a positive connection with your child's school. And so we really need to think about the ways to do that. And the second thing I think that nobody touched upon here today, and there were so many good ideas that it was hard to come up with something that was a little different. And this is to Pat Anderson, wherever you are, Pat, that much of our work in the coming years at CPAC will really focus on including having a youth voice more at the table, because this is really all about kids. This is about kids, and kids grow up to be adults. That's why we educate them. That's why we send them to school. And as families, some of you may be lucky enough to have grandchildren. What we do, what we model for young people when we bring them to the PPT table, whether it's at age 16 or whether it's the age of 6, is really setting an example for them to know this is important, this is how you present yourself, this is how you talk about yourself, this is how you talk about who you are, what you want to do, what's important to you, what you need help with. One of the things that would have been great to share today was the video that some of us saw at OSEP this summer. We had actually a panel of 3 young people with their parents talking about what was hard for you, what worked for you, and what do you wish your teachers knew. So I think that that's really an important lesson when we're talking about family engagement, is that we're setting an example for the young people who are coming along behind. And the last thing I want to say to you is to reiterate that while I'm leaving after 32 years, CPAC is not going away. CPAC was just refunded by OSEP for the 30th year. We're proud of the work that we've done. We have less funding and more work than ever, including our new work with youth and their families, and reaching families who have the greatest barriers to accessing all the information they need to work with you. But I have to say that we have phenomenal staff at CPAC. We have a phenomenal board who are mostly parents of children with disabilities, as are our staff. And we have the relationships that we have established with so many of you around this room. Even though I can't see you very well without my glasses on, I know that there are a lot of people, because I saw you at our table out there. And if I promised you something and I don't follow up, please send me an email, because I'm still getting the email. And I made a lot of promises today. And the last thing to remind you, if you're new and if you've never taken the risk of calling upon CPAC to help you in your work with families, I just want to assure you that there are some people in this room who will let you know that what we do is helpful, can be helpful, maybe not always, but I would say on very few occasions in 30 years has it hurt. And sometimes it's the only way to get through an impasse. We don't facilitate IEP meetings, we don't do mediations, we don't prepare people for due process, we're not lawyers. We're parents of children with disabilities who know a lot about special education and know even more about how to work together with people, and that it's only by coming together can we make a difference for children. And so that's my message. Thank you very much. That was pretty good.
Thank you, Nancy, and thank you we wish you the best of luck. Thank you, everybody. What time do they have to be back? And where do they go from? At this point, where are they going? Okay.
Just a few quick announcements. On Route 372 out here and in the restaurant here, you can get your lunch. There's many, many food establishments out on 372 as well as the restaurant. We want to just, again, thank all the presenters and the panelists for a very engaging and informative session this morning. Don't forget our afternoon sessions will begin at 1:30 sharp in your assigned rooms. And don't forget to leave today with the photo directory and the Concase Leadership Forums and the regional session dates with Dr. Isabelina Rodriguez. Have a great lunch. Oh, Mr. Mike Tavernier has an announcement.
Well, we do have about a shortened but still could be valuable time for you now, 10 minutes to consult the consultants. On the back of the agenda is a key of what the groups are and where in this ballroom the locations are where those groups will be meeting. And if you have questions for the consultants, please seek them out, and we'll be doing that for about the next 10 minutes, and then we'll be going to lunch. Thank you.